Hello there. So we've had some interesting requests regarding the concepts of stepping from backwards to forwards and making those transitions nice and smooth and clean. So let's tackle some of that today. An important concept in stepping from backwards to forward in skating is that it is not 180 degrees difference from one another. Because we want to create push and continuity, it's going to be closer to 120, but if you struggle with the thought of turning your feet out that much, you can just think of it as 90 degrees difference, perpendicular. So as we prepare on our backward inside edge, ready to step forwards, all I need is approximately 90 degrees of difference, and I'll be able to push away from my original foot and take my weight onto my new foot. We touched briefly in one of our previous videos on talking about controlling our skating side and our free side in preparation for any step from backwards to forwards, regardless of which edge you're coming from and to. So, especially for back inside preparation edges, we really want to make sure that it's almost as if you have a pin down through this side, shoulder, hip, into the knee and the foot, to keep this side anchored as you prepare the free side ready for that 90 degrees difference to step forward. Now, if I'm stepping from backwards inside to forwards outside, that pin principle is exactly the same. I have that sense of pinning down through the right side, shoulder, hip, knee, skating foot. The free side prepares in very similar way. We get to that 90 degree difference, like an L or a T shape, as we prepare to step. The difference being, when we step onto inside, we step in a very natural way and allow the free side, the new free side, to stay low. But if I'm preparing to step onto outside edge, there's a slight change in the angle of introducing the foot to the floor. So backward inside, pinned side on the standing side here, the skating side. And now, as I prepare to step, there's a small lean right from the blade as we introduce the foot to the ice. And there'll be a small, I like to call this climbing action, where we have to allow ourselves to transfer the body weight and get up over this side, this new skating side, in order for that to become an outside edge. It doesn't happen without some small effort. It's a very discreet effort, and when we have the technique down pat, it looks so effortless to those observing that you might not even notice that it's happening. But backward inside, standing side pinned, preparation to introduce the foot to the floor, already with the correct angle, we're making the push onto that side and gently lifting the new free side a fraction so that you can climb up over that outside edge and sustain a good clean outside edge throughout. So again, that difference between the inside, skating side, preparation of foot 90 degrees, step and allow the free side, new free side to stay low, gives you that inside edge, versus preparation from inside, skating side, slight angle. Remember, that angle is here, right? Inside will have that slight diagonal this way. Outside, if I want it to be outside, I need a slight angle this way. Then I make that step and a little lift. Let's talk a little about the aftermath of stepping from backwards to forwards. We're going to talk about the free leg and how it tracks with you after you've made that step, because the free leg can help or be a complete hindrance if it's not tracking in the right direction. Let's start with the easiest one. Let's start with the forward inside step from backward inside. So if I've made my back cross here, that's got me onto my backward inside ready to step, and I've got this side pinned, as we've spoken about many times already. I feel like I've said that loads of times today. Then we get the feet ready. I'm going to make that step, and I'm going to make sure that that free leg is tracking over my skating tracing. Now I've got to move a little bit further away, see if I can get my feet in the shot here. So I step onto that forward inside, and the skating tracing, which is heading this way, I've got to make sure my free leg is following directly along that tracing. I've got to make sure my free leg is following directly along that skating tracing. If it's too wide and inside the circle, it's going to cause me problems. But more commonly, when we step from backward inside to forward inside, is that foot slips away and moves outside of the circle slightly. If I demonstrate it in this direction, you'll see more clearly. I make my step and I feel the foot move outside of the circle. I'll demonstrate head on as well, stepping forwards, and that foot has moved well behind the standing leg, causing us problems. So terribly important in that moment to try and support this free side as you extend out along that line. Yeah, this is like basic ballet, except you've got the slide of your skates, right? So we're pushing out and extending and getting that alignment to the back of your skating heel each and every time. In line with the heel, ready, in line with the heel. And that counts for our step to forward outside also, except that when we step from back inside to forward outside, because the circle is going to go round in the different direction, this free leg is more in danger, even more, of accidentally staying inside the circle and then causing us to pivot and swing to correct. So we have to make sure that as we step, there's a small correction, a small like this, that actually needs to happen in the process of stepping from backwards to forwards. There. So initially it started, that foot's going to start feeling like it's a little bit more directly behind and slightly inside the circle, just because the action of pushing causes my foot to travel a fraction inside the circle, just to that side of my blade, minuscule. Then I must correct and send it slightly to the outside. So now heel is in line with my skating foot as I'm gliding on my curve. Heel in line, heel in line, heel in line, here, right? And this is where taking a little bit of a ballet class of bar is really useful, because it teaches us alignments that are so useful in our figure skating, and we can do those alignments, you know, almost with our eyes closed. Perfect alignment in front, you know, making that transition, preparation for doing something else. This is another movement that we see in ballet a lot, frappe, right? So if you want excellent foot placement, it's well worth taking a weekly ballet bar class.
I hope you've enjoyed today's Technical Tuesday. As always, we invite you to join our tribe and subscribe. And in the meantime, check out some more great content from our channel.